Consternation grips the city as at least 16 people have been confirmed dead and over 3 dozens others injured and some still missing following the tragic incident that occurred at midnight of July 2023, 22nd, at a vicinity called Container Rough, hundreds of meters behind Mobile Guinness in the Ndogpon when almost all the occupants were deep asleep. No one can say with precision the number of people who live in the building at the time, as the successor to the landlord himself is buried in the rubbles, but neighbors are talking of about 60 people.
Well, it is reported by neighbors that four children from different towns who are on holidays all died with their host families. Some families, father, mother, and children, with visiting family members, all perished. Neighbors attested that the collapsed building has long shown very conspicuous sign with cracks all over. It was also gathered from neighbors that the owner of the collapsed building, who was a pastor, died 2 years ago, and since his death, the children have never bothered to engage any maintenance work in the building.
While the visible signs of an impending danger had pushed inhabitants of the neighborhood to baptize the building Meuble de la Mort, loosely translated as death trap. Meantime, a Colonial La Republic combined military rescue unit made up of the Rapid Intervention Battalion, the BIR, the National Gendarmerie, Police, and the Red Cross have been working since then, the July 22nd, to unearth the dead bodies. One survivor, who happens to be a DJ disc jockey with a nightclub, was seen drinking to stupor when he returned from his nightclub job to find the building down. He was living alone in his apartment. Another survivor, this time a photographer, received an emergency call to shoot a marriage ceremony at night. That's how he saved his life. While others who survived, as reported, are parents who went out of town for professional reasons.
One construction engineer said the incident is not only triggered by the heavy downpour in Douala for the past weeks, it's simply a matter of non-respect of construction norms. He said many buildings in Douala will succumb to the same fate by the time the rains are over. The Public Works Department of the City Council is known to constantly cover owners of high-risk buildings who fail to apply construction norms, as they are noted for corrupt practices.
Recently, the Colonial La Republic's senior divisional officer for Wuri, Benjamin Mbutu, had put out a release reiterating that the population should move to safer areas as the weather conditions are unpleasant. With families wailing in desolation, no one can tell what awaits the population of Douala in the coming days or weeks.